Welcome to the PharmaVOICE 100 one-on-one video series with Taryn Groen.
Stephen, thank you so much for joining us for the PharmaVOICE 100 celebration.
Taryn, thank you so much for having me. It's always a pleasure to be here with you.
I know, in our new virtual reality, I wish we could be in person, but since we can't, this is, I guess, better than nothing. So thank you so much.
The next best thing. I love it.
Yes. Stephen, you have started up 2 successful agencies, so you know what it's like to be an entrepreneur. You can't be timid, and it's not for the faint of heart. What advice do you have for others who may be looking to take that big leap like you have done?
Great question. I'll start at the end. Do it. It's the best thing. The difference, there's only one difference between great professionals and great entrepreneurs, and that is risk, willing to take the risk. That's what separates us, I believe. When I started Wishbone back in '98 and was thinking about it, I looked around me and I was disenchanted with where I was in my career, not where I was in my career, but what was happening around me and working for somebody. And it was just, well, what have you done for me lately, constantly? And so I looked at a lot of the owners of agencies and I realized, you know, these guys are smart people, but they're not that much smarter than me. If they can do it, why can't I? And that really is what drove me. And, you know, you just got to do it. So the one of my favorite sayings is, when Cortez landed in Mexico, his first mate came to him and said, "Cortez, what should we do? There's no food on this island. The natives aren't friendly. The men have scurvy. They're starving, and they're threatening mutiny." And Cortez looked at his first mate and said, "Burn the boats." And that's what, once you do that, there's only one way to go, and that's forward when there's no return. So what I'd say to everybody is, once you get out there and you do it and you get a taste of how good it is to be your own boss, every single thing that you do, every call that you make, every tiny celebration of a win of any kind, no matter how small, it just keeps on solidifying that you cannot go backwards. You just have to do whatever it takes to continue to move forward.
That's a great story. Yeah. I love it. So in doing that and starting your own agency and burning the boats, is there one lesson you've taken away from all of this?
Always is learn from your mistakes. I'm a guy of expressions, you know. You learn more from the losses than the wins, and you use the losses to motivate you, and that's really, that never ends and never changes. And when you stop getting too complacent with where you are, or become too arrogant, then you're in the danger zone. Always be humble and learn from your mistakes.
Awesome advice for starting an agency or for life in general. We're virtual, obviously, because of COVID. I'd like to know how that has created changes for you in terms of how you work and how it's impacted the agency.
You know, there's multiple answers to that. First, I want to say that I really love it. I love this virtual thing. I love talking to you. I like talking to everybody in the office. What happens now is, instead of picking up the phone, I hit the button and it's like stopping by somebody's office and talking to them. And it's great to see where they're living and what they're doing and how they're handling this thing. And it's a lot of fun. So that part of it, and I like technology, so that part of it is a lot of fun. And I think that is really going to change the way we do business moving forward. And certainly it's changing the way we're dealing with our clients and how we're doing, creating message and selling to physicians. It's going to be, the future is going to be a combination even when we get through this, it's going to be a combination of both virtual as well as real life. That said, this has been, I think, at Calcium, we jumped on the bandwagon very quickly. March 9th, we did a test to see, with using MS Teams and some other technology of how it would work. And we sent everybody home. They didn't come in on that Monday, and we did a test March 9th. And on Tuesday, they came back, and it was so successful, we sent everybody home on Wednesday. And on I guess that was the 11th, and nobody's been in the office since. For us, it's also worked out in the fact that we're doing extremely well, and we're doing well not because of anything with COVID or or working from a virtual platform, but actually we're doing well just because there's a lot of new drugs coming to market, and the drugs that are coming to market in the rare disease, oncology, orphan, ultra orphan fall right into our sweet spot. And we've actually grown 50% since the beginning of the year. Thank you. So it's been really exciting, and we've really embraced this virtual reality. And I think our senior leadership team has, our new president and our Greg Lewis and our managing partners, Judy and Steve and Garth, have all been really mobilized as everybody, and it's working extremely well.
Well, Stephen, thank you so much for sharing your insights, and I love the story about burning the boats. I think that's great advice, and I love everybody staying humble. And thank you for being part of our celebration marathon. We really appreciate it.
Love it. Can't wait to see it.
For more PharmaVoice 100 content, visit www.pharmavoice100.com.